Hey y'all, we've finally made it over here to the Home Depot, the Kentucky Home Improvement Warehouse, and got a little project going on today. I've got a little free time, so we have an old refrigerator up there in the kitchen, and we decided to update, so I got Mom a more efficient model here, and this one too also, she's having a real difficult time cracking the ice trays. If I'm not home, it's hard for her to get ice and everything, so I want to put an end to that. So I got her one that's got the ice maker on it. So guess what we're going to do today, guys? We're going to do some PEX work. We're going to get a 1/2-inch water line over to the fridge. I'm going to drill a hole through the porcelain tile, and then I'm going to run PEX up, put a stop on it, a 3/8 stop, and then we're going to hook our water line to it. And once they deliver the refrigerator tomorrow between 1:30 and 3:30, we'll have everything right there ready to rock. So all right, y'all, appreciate it. Let me go ahead and get my parts, and I'll be back with y'all in a minute. All right, y'all, we're loaded for bear, and we're heading back to the house to do some plumbing. Okay, y'all, we're back here to the house, down to the basement, and I bought a bunch of PEX stuff. The stuff from Home Depot is actually made by Shark Bite, you know, the compression fittings. I've got 1 or 2 of those, but mainly what I bought was the crimp connect style, like what I have right here. And this is actually a compression style PEX doodah. There's a little tool to remove it with. But anyway, let me get all this straightened up. I stopped by. I couldn't find anything to organize my stuff with, and look at all that. So I stopped by Dick's Sporting Goods on the way home, and I grabbed me a tackle box. I think my everything will fit up in here real nice. So let me get everything organized here, and then I'll get after it, and we'll do some. I've got my new PEX box open here, kind of positioned like some pipe dope there, so it just don't go tumbling over, and I've got a mess everywhere. I learned that that little trick a long time ago. But anyway, let's see what I got here. I've got some 1/2-inch plugs, PEX crimp ring style. I've got 1/2-inch copper sweat to crimp. I've got a bucket load of these couplings here, crimp couplings. I've got a bunch of these crimp 1/2-inch 90s. This is all the 1/2-inch stuff up here up top. 1/2-inch 90s. I've got some 1/2-inch crimp tees, and I've actually got the 1/2-inch crimp rings. Okay, and I've got some 1/2-inch crimp stops here. This is a right angle stop, 3/8 OD with a 1/2-inch crimp down here. And what I'm actually going to be doing today is I'm going to run in a water line for Mom for her new refrigerator, so we can get her an ice maker up there now. So I had to buy this piece here too. This is 3/8 compression to 1/4 inch. And thanks so much, Al, for the great advice here. I actually went out and I got me some of these nylon compression rings, ferrules, and that way when you're using the polyethylene 1/4 inch ice maker line here, it won't cut into it like a brass ferrule would. But like I said, I've got some straight stops, 1/2-inch by 3/8 OD, and some 90s. I actually went ahead and I seen these little dudes in there too. This is for polyethylene, sort of like on the back of the ice maker, of course. 1/4 inch. These are like, I guess they're Watts' version of the Shark Bite fitting. But I think once you put these on there, I think they're on there to stay, unless Al's got a little tip for me on how to get these off. But anyway, I just bought a couple of those just in case. The next level down, I really couldn't afford it, but I'm just now starting to get my PEX box together here. So I've actually got like a 3/4 coupling crimp Shark Bite fittings. I've got a 90 crimp Shark Bite, a T 3/4 Shark Bite, and here's my crimp rings, 3/4 inch crimp rings here. I actually went ahead and I bought myself several of these valves, the ball valves. That's the only kind of valve I'd use. I don't like the gate valves, and these are crimped also for the PEX rings. And this dude here was really expensive. I only got one of these, but it's a 3/4 inch ball valve for it, for the 3/4 inch pipe, and it's also crimped too. Actually seen one of these on Al's video. You can actually make a 90 instead of using these 90s here. I guess it's a little cheaper to use this, but went in and just bought one for giggles. But anyway, and of course I got some hangers and stuff. But to put my PEX and assemble my PEX, I bought myself one of these. It's by Shark Bite, and it does 1/2 inch and 3/4, and you can actually adjust this little dude right here. So I'm gonna put her to the game today, y'all. But figured I'd share that with you. And of course, you always can make mistakes doing this stuff. And they actually sell another little tool, and this is for cutting those rings off. And I'll probably give y'all a demonstration of that, I'm sure. But anyway, I basically cut that off as close to the ring as you can, and slide that round piece right there into the pipe, and then you cut it loose. You probably have to cut it several times to get it to come off. They also gave me a go and a no-go device here, and that's so you can actually slide it over your pipe to see if it's actually was actually crimped correctly. So let's see. This is the no-go side, so it's not fitting over the no-go side. See? Get down here on it. Sorry about the shakiness. And let's see if she'll fit over the go side. Yeah, good to go. Hey, boy. Okay, y'all, I got the 3/4 PEX out. I've got her marked here. I'm going to go ahead and cut her off, and then we'll drive her back down through the floor. Okay, y'all, we've got our sleeve cut. She's ready to rock. So let's go ahead and give her a little love tap down there. Get her flush. Okay, and now we're ready to run our half. Okay, y'all, I've got my PEX pipe here. This is actually, it's PEX, and it's made by Shark Bite. See the theme? I'm a Shark Bite man now, I guess. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut, this is the joist that we were in. Here, let me show you that sleeve we did. And I don't know if you can see it, but right up there is that sleeve that we put in, that 3/4 sleeve in between the floors. So what we're going to do is we're going to run back up. What I did here was I drew little lines on this T Shark Bite crimp PEX fitting, and where I've cut it at, that's actually the PEX, where I'm going to cut that little piece out right there, and the PEX will fit to the shoulders of that T right there. Then off of that T there, we're going to come off with probably about 1 foot or 2, and then we're going to put a stop in. But all right, I'm going to actually go ahead and set this piece up with my stop and everything already on it. Okay, y'all, we've unrolled our 1/2 inch cold water line here, PEX, potable water here, and I've got it running through the joist where we need to be. So I'll actually hang it up as I work my way back. But okay, y'all, we've got our PEX hung up here in the joist space, roughly 2 1/4 inches up, and that should give me plenty of room from up top in case somebody were trying to penetrate with a screw or anything. But she's still loose, so I can move her back and forth. And so now we'll get over here and we'll cut our line, and I can actually push this back to where it's going to fit onto my ball valve. Okay, y'all, with that ball valve there, that's what's so nice about these ball valves, man. If you notice, right down there I have, I don't know if you can see it or not, it's right over to the left there, but there's a gate valve down there, and that's where you'd have to turn your water on and off if you ever were to work on your house. Well, over time those gate valves give out. They're no good. So I instead of even messing with that, you'd be in a world of hurt messing around down there. What I did was I cut that out, and I put me a ball valve right there. So now I've isolated, everything's turned off, and I'm getting ready to make my cut. All right, y'all. Okay, y'all, what I'm going to do first is I actually cut me a piece of PEX, and what I'm going to do is actually take and put my stop on one side, okay? And to do this, you slide your PEX ring over it. You insert your stop all the way to it, to the end of it here, to the shoulder, and you want to be 1/8 of an inch back from it. So I'll take my crimp tool, open it up, try to get dead center of it, and I'll crimp it. should have it. Like I said, I'm about an 1/8 inch away from it. So that's what the directions say off the website there. So let me get my go, no-go tool. Here's that tool. Here's the no-go 1/2 inch side, and here's the go side. So let's give it a shot here. I'm going to put it on the no-go side right here. And see, it doesn't fit over it. Now let's try the go side. That's perfect. Okay, y'all, that joint's good. Alright, now I'm going to cut my T in, and then I'll be able to immediately hook this in. Okay, y'all. I'm glad I bought that other tool. I got in a hurry here, and I knew I was going to make a mistake, but you know, that's what happens when you're working. So what you need to do here is I need to take this crimp ring off, okay? And I guess if you didn't have that crimp ring removal tool, you'd be stuck like Chuck. Well, what the directions say is to cut this back as close as I can to the nub here. So let me grab my cutters. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my new tool here, and they say to insert this side in, so probably have to have several goes of it. So let's see. Okay, let's try it. Should hear a pop sound. Boom. Okay, fantastic. And they said go around it a couple times. Well, how easy is that, man? Look at that. And there she is. She's off. Alright, y'all, let me put it on the right side here. You need to be on this side so you can actually read the reading on the thing here. So, but that's how easy this is. We'll just slide our ring over it. Make sure we got it in the right direction this time. We've got it on the right side now. That way we can see the on and off. I'm going to pull it back about 1/4 or 1/8 there. So let's go ahead and put it on our crimper. Want to be almost center here. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm almost center there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, while you got it on the tool, you can actually pull it up some. So I'm going to pull it up to right there about 1/4 or about 1/4 away from it. And let's go ahead and crimp her. Okay, let's utilize our tool here that came with it. Here's our no-go side. Okay, no-go. And here's our go side that tells us it's cool to run with it. And it fits over perfect. Okay, y'all. Let me get my other piece ready. Get my tea ready. Slide our rings over our PEX, like so. Slide this ring over it, like so. We can go ahead and put this one in. And go ahead and pop this puppy in. Alright. And it's at our shoulders here. Okay, y'all, I'm getting her fitted together. Got my Y cut in, and now I'm going back to my ball valve here. But let me get up there and get it tightened. Hey boy. Okay, y'all, I'm stubbed up through the basement there, and actually got it sleeved here with 3/4 inch PEX. It's sleeved right here. They said if you penetrate in the floor, you need to sleeve it. And got my stop on. I've actually got this standing out so I can actually get my PEX tool on it to crimp it. And then I built it up with some trim here, some base, and then that way you can actually turn the valve on and off. But let me go ahead and get that crimped and everything on there, and then I'll put my my brass to brass reducer on it, and then I'll put my Waterline on, and I reckon we'll be waiting on the man to deliver the refrigerator tomorrow. Okay, y'all, here's my brass stop. I'm going to go ahead and put my reducer compression fitting on here, and I don't know if you can see in there, but there's like a nylon bushing in there, and then I'll put one of these other nylon bushings in there for my 1/4. But let me go ahead and get this on here so I can reduce down to my Waterline, and get it good and tight. All right, y'all, we've got the crimp ring crimped with the new Shark Bite crimper there, and I don't know if you can see it, but we're on the go. All right, y'all, let me get everything buttoned down. We're gonna okay, y'all, I've got the valve hooked up here, the stop, and I'm getting ready to. We waited for a few minutes just to make sure that PEX fitting, that crimp ring wasn't leaking, and she's not. Now the all-fire test here, our final connection, is going to be right here on this ferrule right here, this brass to brass 3/8 with a reducer 1/4 inch. All right, y'all, let's give it a shot. All right, y'all. Looks to be holding. White water coming out like some gun, eh? Okay. Alright, well, we're going to stick with it and make sure she ain't leaking. Hey, y'all. I believe we're done up here till the refrigerator gets here tomorrow. I wanted to do a quick overview of what we got going on here. Basically, we ran a 1/2-inch PEX line and ran it up to the kitchen for a water line for the new refrigerator coming for her new ice maker. So what we have here is a 1/2-inch T, Shark Bite T, crimp style, and there's our 1/2-inch rings on it, which we crimped. Right off of that, I took and got a Shark Bite 1/2-inch crimp style ball valve right here, and then there's a nylon hanger, and there's a little 1/2-inch rings compressed. Right off of that, I put another 1/2-inch nylon hanger, and they suggest every 32 inches or so to put a hanger in, so there's my other one. Before we get into the shop area, I just wanted to show you my good buddy Charlie came over, and he helped me get the old fridge down here into the basement. There wasn't nothing really wrong with her about cooling or anything, but some of the stuff broke off the door and stuff, and it was actually this piece here was keeping this seal here from sealing. But anyway, I think this would be a great addition to down here. Plus, I've got a lot of room for cold refreshments, you know. Oh yeah, and actually got more freezer space too. We've actually got a nice freezer here too, but got a little more freezer space. And I figured if I can give you some more ice trays instead of buying ice at the store, you know, for your coolers and such, I can just build me some ice down. You know, just have it on hand, ready to fill up the cooler. And here's my little cooler. It was my grandfather's, and it works great too. But getting back to our PEX, here in the shop area, we actually 90'd up through the floor. I used a 7/8 SDS to my Bulldog to drill down through the floor here, through that porcelain tile up top, and then down through the wood here. But utilized a fitting that my good buddy Al, that's Al, he's a great plumber buddy on here of mine. He's Old Kid 888, and he turned me on to this one fitting right here. You can actually take and conform your PEX into a 90 without having to put a fitting in. You know, I think the world of the PEX stuff and the crimp rings and all, but any place that you join a piece of pipe, I don't care what you're using, you have a potential for a leak, anything. So what I did was I figured, heck, I'll use this thing. I bought one of them just for giggles, but heck, it turned out to be a godsend. So I put that dude on there, and we're 90 straight up in there. She looks all good and nice going straight up in there. And I've actually got that 3/4 inch sleeve penetrating the floor. Shark Bite directions recommend using that if you're penetrating through floors. So everything's good to go. We've had it installed for about a day and a half now. The delivery driver just delivered the new GE fridge yesterday. So let's go up there and get a quick peek at her. And I appreciate y'all sticking with me on this. But while I'm walking up here, might as well show off the highlights of, we've got everything put back together here. And here's that beautiful floor my brother and sister-in-law laid. They did such a fantastic job on it. Like I said, we've got pretty much everything back in order here. So he ran a porcelain base all around my room here. Put that antique Schluter on top of it. Just takes it to the next level. Here's the shower that I actually built for my mom because she had to have double knee replacement surgery, and we wanted her to be able to safely rehab here at home. I built the shower, and then my brother tiled it all out. Did a fantastic job. Actually, he's got it sloping to where you can actually bring her wheelchair up in through here. But here's the den. Beautiful tile work. Beautiful tile work. And I did all the base and everything, but I wanted to be able to contribute too. So what I did was I tore out them old ratty steps. And pow, I don't think I showed y'all these. I'm so proud of these, it ain't even funny. Had a little bit of work into it, but turned out excellent. And once my good buddy Derek and his crew of Nihilist and Nihilist Painting, they painted everything here. And painted the ceilings and painted everything. So he stained my steps for me and got them looking real good. Actually, I did all the base in here too. Learned a few tricks and actually learned how to cope. And that's like joining two pieces of that base together, and it looks sort of seamless. But anyway, I had to show off my steps, y'all. I'm just so proud of them, like I said. But we got pretty much everything put back together. There's Mom's new fridge up there. And let me get up here and I'll give y'all a closer peek. All right, y'all. Okay, y'all, we're back up to the kitchen and everything. And we also had Derek and them paint the kitchen. They did one fantastic job on this too. Had my good buddy Carl the plumber come out and his buddy Tim. They did the countertops for us and the cabinets and everything. What a fantastic job. And then we were able to actually get Mom her first dishwasher. So everything's coming along. I think we're just about done with all we can do for a while now. But here's the new fridge, y'all. The reason that, did you hear that? Aha, the ice maker's working. All right, that's what we ran that line for right there, y'all. I don't want Mom to have to crack them ice trays anymore. It looks like she's good to go on this. This is like our second or third batch. I've actually thrown some out. It was recommended you do that when you first, have her installed and everything. But what it does here is it will rise up to roughly this level here. And see that arm right there? Once it reaches that capacity and starts filling up, this arm will swing in like that, and it'll tell it to quit making ice. But anyway, she loves her new fridge, and apparently we did a good job on the water line because we don't have any freaking water on the floor. But she loves the capacity of it. She's able to actually, like I showed you on those doors downstairs, she can get so much stuff in this. She's got her milk jug, it holds a gallon of milk, a little water bottle, and whatnot, condiments and stuff, and we're just now getting everything back together. So I appreciate y'all watching, sticking with us, and I appreciate it. All right, y'all, I reckon we'll holler at you soon. Bye.